All it glitters is gold, and she's buying the stairway to heaven. For the peace of the whole world, and for the well-being and unity of the people of God.
What are those seducing spirits that you see reaching across the aisle? I would say that that is this false unity that is being promoted today. I would say that is the music of Bethel, Hillsong, and Elevation. I would say that that is this kumbaya, soft, lovey-dovey, weak, no conviction, not standing against anything, weak, Laodicean, sissy Christianity of today. That's where that seducing spirit is, and is reaching out, trying to draw as many of God's people away from the faith and away from the truth, to cross that line of orthodoxy and get away from truth.
The road to Rome is very real, and if you don't believe that, then you're just not paying attention. Hey guys, your friend Spencer here. We have been kind of warning people about Beth Moore for quite some time now, and telling you that she is not what you think she is. She is a woman who is dangerous, and although she's very likable and she said some very interesting, useful things in the past, she's going the wrong direction, and she's pulling a lot of people with them. Now, Beth Moore rose to fame within the ranks of the Southern Baptist Convention and became basically the cash cow and the most well-sold and most famous author of the Lifeway Christian Bookstore franchise for a very long time. But Beth Moore has shown a lot of problems theologically over time. Now, folks, on our YouTube channel, you guys have seen our Third Adam series. Third Adam 2, we dealt with the great seduction. And in the book of Revelation, I want to show this to you, Revelation chapter 17, it talks about this great whore. And basically what this is going to be an end-time, basically like a coming together of all false religions into one. And it says here that Revelation 17:3, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. The full of names of blasphemy, those are all the false religions coming together in one. And we've clearly articulated that in our documentary, Third Adam 2. And it says here in verse number 4, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And so basically, a lot of people, commentators, a lot of the old Reformation crowd, all the Protestant people have said for centuries that Revelation 17:4 is talking about the Roman Catholic Church, and I agree with that statement. Revelation 17 is going to be the one world religion, and I believe it's going to be led by Roman Catholicism. It matches the description perfectly. It's really scary how accurate it is. And it says here in verse number 5, and upon the forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And this mystery religion is going to persecute people, God's people. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. When I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And so you can see there is going to be a great coming together of all these false religions in the end times. And we're seeing that even now. Now, guys, listen, unity in the body of Christ is a good thing, but not at the expense of doctrine. Do you hear me? Unity in the body of Christ is a good, useful, virtuous thing, but not at the expense of doctrine. If we cannot circle around Bible doctrine and agree on what Bible doctrine is, then unity is impossible. But what people are doing today is they are sacrificing doctrine on the altar of unity, and that's what ecumenicism has done, and eventually that ecumenicism is slowly evolving into universalism, and all these religions are going to come together. And when a person rejects orthodoxy and doctrine, then they go the wrong way. Here's a graphic that we showed you in Third Adam 2, and I want to put this up on the screen. We have fundamentalism, neo-evangelicalism there in the middle, and then we have this mystery religion, this great whore on the left, and it says there on her forehead, mystery, you can see that, and then there, of course, there's the seducing spirits, the arm reaching across. Now, at the very top, I want you to see that there's 2 words that start with letter O. There's orthodoxy and obedience. And a person who is in the realm of neo-evangelicalism is somebody who is on the right side of orthodoxy. They have the right doctrine. doctrine, but they are allowing themselves to be seduced through the seducing spirits of that mystery religion. But a fundamentalist won't do that. Now, here's the deal. The question is, what are those seducing spirits that you see reaching across the aisle? I would say that that is this false unity that is being promoted today. I would say that is the music of Bethel, Hillsong, and Elevation. I would say that that is this kumbaya, soft, lovey-dovey, weak, no conviction, not standing against anything, weak, Laodicean, sissy Christianity of today. That's where that seducing spirit is, and is reaching out, trying to draw as many of God's people away from the faith and away from the truth, to cross that line of orthodoxy and get away from truth. And one of the people who crossed that line recently is Beth Moore. Now, what we see here is Beth Moore actually practicing the Eucharist, which is a absolute heretical thing to do, practicing the Eucharist in an Anglican church, which is, Anglicans are basically like Catholic light, like a diet Catholic. Beth Moore is taking the road back to Rome. She is doing it, and here's proof on the screen. You can see her in the left here. She's actually carrying the Eucharist in a church. Now, for those of you who don't understand the Eucharist, let me just explain to you real quick. The Anglicans and the Catholic basically practice the same thing. What you do is you take like a cracker, out of a piece of unleavened bread is what they call it, and then like they put it on a table, and then they put that big cross, and they have a little thing of wine, and they like do this big ritual, and like hocus pocus, it's the body and of Jesus. And then when you partake of the communion in the Eucharist in the church, you're actually eating the body of Jesus. They believe that that's like you're literally eating Jesus. And your Southern Baptist Beth Moore is practicing that. That's why it's a big deal. She's basically Catholic. Now, basically what that is, for folks who don't understand what the Eucharist is, it is a mystical practice. They put up that big cross, which actually what that is actually, that's not the cross of Christ like they want you to think it is. That's actually the T of Tammuz. And all that Ash Wednesday stuff where they put the cross on your forehead in the Catholic practice, they say you're putting a cross on your forehead for Jesus on Ash Wednesday. That's not the cross of Calvary. That's the T for Tammuz. The women wept when Tammuz died. It's in the book of Ezekiel as well. And so that's what she's doing. She is practicing mystery religion, and she's giving this communion in this church. I mean, the whole thing is a disaster, and Beth Moore is doing all. It's so insane. I don't even know what more I can say to wake people up. This is dangerous stuff. And the article says here, the picture says, clockwise from above, in the recessional, carrying candle, serving the Eucharist, carrying the cup, receiving the Eucharist, and at the pulpit during service. So Beth Moore is a practicer of mystery religion. Now, here's the article from churchleaders.com. This was back in December. Beth Moore serving Eucharist in her Anglican church causes a Twitter meltdown. And it should. Anybody who cares about what the Bible actually says should care about this stuff. So Beth Moore has answered the call of the mother to come back to Rome. Folks, if you have not seen Third Adam 2 yet, I'm telling you, it is time for you to go watch that. There is a reverse reformation happening right now. You know, where Martin Luther nailed the 95 Theses on the wall and all these people came out of that wicked religion. Well, all that stuff's been flipped on its head, and everybody's going back into that wicked religion again. It's happening. Revelation 17 says it will. And friend, I want to tell you right now, this is dangerous stuff. So back in the Middle Ages and through much of history, you have people that are basically being forced into paganism. And a group of people were involved in the Catholic Church in the Middle Ages and say, you know what, this isn't scriptural, this isn't Bible. We're going to come out and create our own church. And it was a great conflict, significant to history. It was called the Great Reformation. So basically you have the Catholic religion, and a bunch of people came out of this system. And so basically this is how it all played out. But a new entity has been born in these last days, and it's coming out of this crowd right here, and it's called the New Apostolic Reformation. Now, what's happening today is that this religion wants all of her babies to come home, and then this religion is going to merge with all the other religions and have your one world religion. And so, if you notice, the plan of God is always complete opposite of the plan of Satan. So let's take this chart and flip it on its head.
Everything listed on the board here came out of the Catholic Church, but there's going to be a day where everything goes back into the Catholic Church. And this event that is happening now before your very eyes will be called the Great Reclamation. All of these denominations are going to unite together, and eventually they're going to do a reverse reformation, and they're all going to go back to Mother Rome again.
Kind of free and unbound in the presence of God, or whether it looks like a Catholic service or an Anglican worship.
Our Catholic brothers are with us. Tell us, Mateo, welcome. Give our shout of thanksgiving for our Catholic brothers. Go ahead.
And the tool that will be used to accomplish this goal is going to be none other than the new apostolic reformation. It's going to be your Bethel. It's going to be Hillsong. It's going to be all these compromising neo-evangelical people.
2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17 says, "Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you, and be a father unto you, and you shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty." It says, come out from among them, 2 Corinthians 6:17. But in Revelation chapter 18, verse 4, it says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people." What do you think that her is? That's the whore of Revelation 17. Come out from among her, that you be not partaker of her sins, that you receive not of her plagues. Who is her? Who is her? I know who her is. Here in Paris, France, and I want to show you a Catholic church that's here and show you all the things that are on, and try to explain some of these images and some of the symbols that are on there. Of course, you got the saints that are up there on the top, and let's see if we can go on inside the building, see if we can do that.
Like most of this religion points to Mary. The book of Jeremiah calls her the Queen of Heaven. There's all those candles and everything. You notice that the crown is on Mary's head. Okay, that's baby Jesus. But the crown's on Mary's head because she's the Queen of Heaven.
She's Mystery Religion, the Mother Rome, who's calling all her babies home. This is a big deal. Guys, if you're new here, subscribe to this channel and be a part of what we're trying to show you. We are trying to blow the lid off of all this stuff. I have a problem with some of the stuff that's going on today. It is dangerous. It is scary to see all this. It is a terrible thing, and we're trying to alarm as many people as we can and awaken all these people to righteousness, because there is a terrible, dreadful thing coming down the pike, and you need to be warned, and you need to know what's going to happen. We love you, friend. Thank you very much, and we'll see you very soon.